Oh, hello, my subscribers, my followers, and everybody. So, yes, who hasn't watched my videos yet? My name is Amy Rolan. I'm 24 years old and commercial pilot. And today we're gonna talk about like my first solo flight, like the way it was, what I felt, etc. So if you're interested, please uh like stay with me, like how to say, watching my videos. So I have like a bunch of questions. Like I prepared a list of questions, so I'm gonna answer to each of them. So yeah. So first question is, before the solo flight. Okay, we're gonna talk. We have a like section first before solo flight, during the flight, landing, and after the flight, and for viewers, like kind of my advice. So first, my what was the moment you found out you were ready for your first solo flight? I felt it because my first solo flight I performed in my 25th flight hours. So, and I extremely was nervous, flustered, and I was bit in doubt, like, what if that or this? Like, a lot of questions were going on in my mind. So, but it didn't stop me. So actually, like for example, there was a schedule, like for example, who flies in the morning, but I always flew in after the lunch break, like lunchtime. So, but I woke up early in the morning because I felt so nervous. I couldn't sleep well. So, and I prepared, like I repeated everything, and despite the fact was ready or not, I took my first solo flight. And yes, what were the weather conditions that day and how did they affect your mindset? So before the day it happens, I checked the weather condition. It was pretty nice, like however there were like a kind of windy because I checked my heading of the runway and some crosswind. It's usually like things like that in the middle of the day. However, as for the morning, it's like more smooth, so like you can smoothly land. But like I would say in midday you have to fight battle with the flight, like with the direction of the wind. You have to like know all about this, like deviation, and make the like and keep the airplane like towards the central line of the runway. and during the flight, what was going through your mind during the takeoff roll? Well, that's a good question. Like, to be honest, a lot of things, because it was like, turboprop aircraft, right? And it rolls to the side, and so aircraft is basically like a small, there is a small turn to that side. So, and you have to like control it with your rudder. So, and I felt like because you accelerate the airspeed in order to rotate, like take off, like lift of the aircraft from off of the runway. And I was like, oh my god, I have to like keep the central line, like like something like that. When I took off, there was like a crosswind, as I said earlier, and it like blew my aircraft to the side, and I have to like make the like a bank opposite to the direction of the wind in order not to fly over the, how to say, what it is, like hangar, something like that. because my instructor was looking at me, like was looking at my aircraft from the ground, and I on there was like one thing like in my heart. I don't have to let down my instructor. So yes. How did it feel when you realized you were actually alone in the cockpit? So I was alone in the cockpit because you can literally do everything you want. For example, you kind of feel a bit shy or not confident when your instructor sitting right next to you. But when you're alone, you can film a video. You feel that you are such a man. You are a pilot who is controlling this iron machine in the air. Can you imagine that? Like what? Such a how to say? Such a thing that you feel so brave. Yeah. Well, yes, so let's talk about landing. So how did you manage your approach and landing without your instructor supervision? So it was quite okay because I was so focused on instrument and a visual contact with the runway threshold. So, and I almost forgot that I was alone in the cockpit. However, in the back I was alone, but I forgot about it because you have to concentrate. You don't even have time to think about other thing. So about instructor or not, your life is right in your hand, so you have to count on yourself, because in the future more than 100 passengers are gonna count on your experience, knowledge and skills, and now it starts from your life. That's how I took it. So what was the landing smoother or harder than you expected? Do I have to tell the truth? It was like a hard landing. Oh my goodness. But it didn't stop. Yeah, it was a hard landing. I made a hard
And also
landing,
here,
so,
like it actually filmed after my landing. So, and I'm so grateful to my how to say friends from there, because they even filmed for because it's memory for forever, isn't it? So, and yes, and I'm such a happy because I made before my first flight at the end of the April 2023 or at the beginning of May, so it actually was warm. So, but imagine like this water is freaking cold. And imagine if you make your solo flight in cold time, like winter time. Oh my god, I think you will catch a cold, because in Central Asia is extremely cold, like negative 15, something like that. And so like my flights like in the future, so yes. And what advice would you give to students while preparing for their own solo? I think yes, like first you have to totally believe in yourself and make sure everything is ready. So make the good pilots never miss the checklist, even though you are sure that you do all the procedure correctly, you have to like check it. So and like excitement, nervous are quite okay, but you have to maintain it. You know, is a balance is a good thing.
And what was the biggest myth about solo flights? And you want to? Okay, I don't. This question I didn't understand this question. Would you do anything differently if you could repeat your first solo? Oh, that's a good question. Like that's a kind of strange question because I I already like know how to make a smooth landing because actually didn't like my landing, so I would work over it like over and over again until I win, something like that. So thank you for your like I would say attention and watching this video. I hope like you got this from this video something useful for you. And if you have any question, please subscribe and leave the comment in the below. I will definitely answer to your question. Thank you.